Dead Space Remake released in January 2023. And today I'm going to unlock the Platinum Trophy. There are 48 trophies we need to unlock, alternate endings to see, necromorphs to kill, and impossible playthroughs to complete. Go, Isaac, get out of here! Now technically this is my second playthrough, so our next step is to complete the game using only the plasma cutter and collect all marker fragments to unlock the alternate ending. Fortunately, this isn't my first trip into Dead Space, so this should be easy. Too fast! Too fast! After receiving a distress call from the USG Ishimura, an emergency maintenance crew composed of Isaac Clarke and his ragtag friends is dispatched to aid the enormous planet-cracking ship. After arriving at the Ishimura, Isaac and friends successfully crash land their shuttle into the ginormous ship, forcing the small crew to make their way into the flight lounge, where it seems many people have left in a rush. Isaac then checks the ship's damage report and discovers that everything is broken. Like everything. It's all busted. And moments later, they encounter their first necromorph. That necromorph then smears our best friend on the window in front of us, and Isaac is forced to run for his life. From here we find the plasma cutter, which will be our only weapon for this run. Fortunately, this gun is freaking awesome. Like, it's so goddamn good, I love it. We then meet back up with Hammond and Kendra and then make a plan to fix the trans system in order to travel to the bridge of the ship. Yes, the ship is that damn big. We then find the stasis module, which allows us to freeze enemies in place, and fortunately, we are able to use the stasis module alongside the plasma cutter, making this playthrough a lot easier and a lot more fun as well. This is where we find our first marker fragment and get our first trophy of the video. Hey, marked. So that is the first marker fragment, which basically means that we're en route to get the secret ending, which I believe we got to find all of them, and I don't know how many there are. After fixing the tram system, Isaac is then tasked with returning to the Killian and meeting back up with Johnston. Isaac once again checks the damage reports and discovers everything is broken, and two kind necromorphs try to help, but unfortunately cause the Killian to explode, killing Johnston and teaching us all a valuable lesson that you should always wear armor in space. With the remaining crew now truly stranded, Hammond tells Isaac to find the now deceased captain's rig so that they can unlock the ship's primary systems. This leads us to chapter 2, where Isaac now has to travel to the medical wing, discovering that the morgue has been blocked off. After blowing our way into the morgue, we come across the captain's rig and are treated to this lovely, brand new cutscene that gave me nightmares.
Damn you, Dead Space.
Hammond then tells us that the engines are currently offline and that Isaac needs to make his way to engineering. Classic rig. Excuse me? Oh my god, dude, it looks so cool! Isaac then checks more damage reports and finds out that the Ishimura is still broken and also it's running out of fuel. Thankfully, Isaac is an engineer and knows what a centrifuge is and how to fix it, because I have no idea what a centrifuge is. Is it a real word? I don't know. After fixing the engines, we then meet back up with Hammond and Chen.
Bye, Felicia.
We then devise a plan to get the ADS cannons back online so that we can stop getting hit by a bunch of space rocks. Space sucks. Now in the original I hated this part and I always died at it, so I'm so thankful that they actually changed it out for something that is fun to interact with and interesting to do, and I get to fly around in space. That's always fun. Shortly after fixing the ADS cannons, Kendra calls us to tell us that she's received a broadcast from Nicole, Isaac's space girlfriend, or girlfriend. We find out that the broadcast was actually a hologram set up by Dr. Chalice Mercer, who babbles to us about a bunch of evil stuff and then basically releases the gooey version of what is Mr. X from Resident Evil 2. Eventually we end up in cryogenics and are able to freeze Mr. X and avoid getting, brutally murdered. Shortly after, we find out that a big goo monster is poisoning the ship's air and head over to hydroponics, and along the way we meet Elizabeth Cross. She tells us that we need to weaken the monster by stabbing these giant needles into these giant nutsack people. I'm not making this up, I swear. It's now time to fight the first boss of the game, and it turns out that on story difficulty with the plasma cutter is actually it's quite straightforward. So we're now on chapter 7 and it's now time for us to head over into mining. From here we finally meet the real Nicole, and along the way we find the distress beacon. Unfortunately, the usual way to launch distress beacons is broken, thus we need to stick it on a big old rock and send it into space that way. Once we've done that, Kendra then chimes in with more good news, informing us that the comms array is broken, and before we can get any space DMs, we need to fix it. Enter a puzzle that took me far too long to complete, like I just couldn't figure this out, and I've already played this game once. With the comms array fixed, we just need to release the antenna. God damn it.
The space goo monster's back.
With the goo boy now officially dead, we can successfully deploy the antenna and wait for our saviors. Never mind, it turns out that the escape pod we launched earlier made it onto the HM Valor and is now infested with speedy gooboids. The Valor then crashes into the Ishimura, and Hammond tells us that there is an escape shuttle in the crew quarters, but it is currently missing a singularity core. Fortunately, we can retrieve the one from the Valor's wreckage. So we do just that, battling our way through many speedy boys, a nuke, and finally making it to the singularity core, where Hammond is sealed in with Chen. Rip Hammond, and I guess Chen for the second time. With the singularity core retrieved, we make our way to the crew quarters. We find Dr. Mercer is having a lovely chat with Jacob Temple. Jacob Temple is the Ishimura's engineer, and I'm sure he's going to be a great help from... Oh, okay, never mind, he just got a nail through his skull. Great, good. We then fight another hunter, destroy a bunch of tendrils, and meet Dr. Terrence Kine, who tells us that the only way to stop the necromorphs is by returning the marker back to Aegis 7. So we fix the shuttle, finally kill the last hunter, and watch Dr. Mercer get squished by his best friend, the giant hive tentacle necromorph thing. Either way, he's dead and I'm glad. Now we need to load the marker, which involves probably the hardest part in the game. This entire area just causes me such a headache on no matter what playthrough I'm doing. With the marker now loaded, everything is starting to look... Oh. Okay, great. Kendra just shot Terrence Kine and betrayed us and ran away with the marker, leaving us to die
On the Ishimura.
Thankfully, Nicole is still here, and she shows us how to recall the shuttle, and Kendra uses the escape pod to escape. Now, before we make our way down to Aegis 7, it's time to find all of the marker fragments that we've missed along the way, and also upgrade our weapons as much as possible. At this point, I realize I'm missing one schematic that can only be found on Chapter 9, which is the only area that you cannot go back to. Thankfully, I had a Chapter 9 save, which allowed us to recollect the schematic and collect all of the other ones in order for us to get the schematic trophy. With that all done and all marker fragments collected, it's time for Isaac and Nicole to head to Aegis 7. Once on Aegis 7, we fight off many necromorphs and finally succeed in returning this dumb statue back to its rightful place. Isaac then does some engineering to stop the portion of planet floating above us from crashing back down into us, when suddenly Kendra appears and just ruins our day even more. She then shows Isaac how crazy he is by pulling up the full version of Nicole's last video message, which reveals that Nicole had already died by the time he reached the Ishimura. She also reveals that Nicole in front of Isaac was actually Dr. Elizabeth Cross the entire time. With the marker using its powers to distort what the two saw, Kendra then shoots old Nicole and runs away with the marker. We chase after Kendra, but just before she's able to load the marker back onto the shuttle, the hive mind finally appears. The hive mind then murders Kendra in a very flashy style, leaving Isaac to now fight the hive mind. Now, because we're going for the alternate ending, you'll actually hear that Isaac's line that he shouts just before he's about to fight the hive mind is actually different, which is really cool.
Showed me what I have to do! You can't stop me!
We then kill the hive mind and escape Aegis 7 moments before it explodes. We're now treated to the alternate ending, which in my opinion is a really great addition. I think it shows you how nuts Isaac actually can be, and I also think it sets up Dead Space 2 really nicely. So personally, I really enjoyed the ending.
It's a surprise, sweetie. But I think you're gonna like it.
Before we start our impossible run, we need to do some cleanup, which involves us doing a short New Game Plus run to basically get all of our upgrades for our weapons and also get the last 30 kill trophies that we missed along the way. Oh yeah, sweet. Oh my god, that took so much longer than I ever anticipated it to. With all that done, it's now time for us to play Dead Space on Impossible difficulty. Now, rather than walk you through the entire game again, I figured I'd make a compilation of some of the best moments. Wow! Go! Ah! Oh, okay, good. I still made it. It's fine. Shoot the glowy parts. No! Stop. What? That's so bad! Ow! Is it another baby? Oh, you are still alive? Really? Oh, I completely forgot I didn't have a lot of oxygen. Ow. You gotta get me. Too fast! he got me! Interesting. Oh! Okay, it really holds that for quite some time, but you start to think you're dead. Okay. Okay. Listen here, yo. Go, 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 go. Oh, God, did I do it? Oh, God, what am I doing? Get the health. In the air. Do it. Oh, no. What happened? Oh, bad. Oh, this is the lowest my health has been. Oh my God, that sucks. Oh God. Whoa, whoa. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Really focused on the big boy and not the little one. Ah! Oh my God. Did I do it? Oh my God! Yeah! Oh, dude! Holy crap! I want to see it. Where is it? There she is. Concordance Officer. And with that, we finally have the Dead Space Remake Platinum Trophy. And I have to say, this is one of the best remakes I've played to date. It's so nice to see Dead Space back and thriving again, and I hope we get a Dead Space 2 remake sometime soon. Putting all my playthroughs together, it took me around 25 hours to Platinum Dead Space, and I had such a blast doing it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to subscribe, and hey, since you're still here, why don't you check out this video? It might be better than the one you just watched. I don't know if it is or not, but this video is over, so you might as well check that one out and look, bye, just check the video out. We do it. Get out of here.